Hello, everyone. I am Queen Lily, and we are live. We will be discussing VP Kamala Harris and who, no other than ex-president Donald Trump. That's who we're talking about. Yes. So we're going to get this show started. We have 13 days before the actual election. Yes, 13 days. That is less than 2 weeks. A day short of 2 weeks. Yes. So election day is actually November the 5th, but you can early vote. Right now, all states are early voting. It is imperative to make sure your vote counts. I believe in your vote. I believe in my vote. Because I believe in my vote, I got out early and I voted. Yes, I did. Hello, all you beautiful kings and queens. Thank you for coming to my live. I want you to know you are loved and you are appreciated. I am Queen Lily. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to get started in this just a moment, okay? Give me a moment. I'm going to open up my notes. Today is the 22nd of October. You got time to get out and early vote. Your vote counts. It's important for you to remember that. Your vote counts. I am Queen Lily. How are you guys doing? Hey, Queen Vera, how are you, beautiful? How are you? You doing okay? I'm going to show y'all something right quick. Hold on. And then we're going to just really get this party started. Again, it is election time. We're talking about today VP Kamala Harris and who? Donald J. Trump. Those are the people we're talking about. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. And I want to show you all something. Yes, I have memberships, and you can send me super chats. But I also have where you can send me money through PayPal as well. So if you like to send me a tip, you are welcome to do it. This is how you can send it. You can scan this and send me a tip if you like. It's totally up to you. It's also on my community wall. If you like to send me a tip or you just want to send me a regular PayPal, it'll look like this. This is the regular PayPal. And for the tip, you like to donate to my channel, either one of them you can use. They are both on my community wall. This is a tip jar. You can send me money through Super Chat. This is now one of my jobs that I am doing. I want to make it where I do it daily. I probably want to do it every day. I got to take at least one day off. But I just got monetized. I haven't made a lot of money yet, and I have not received a check this month. You know how everybody got their money today through YouTube? That's not where I am right now. But if you would like to donate to my channel, support me, tip me. You can send me a super chat. You can get your membership. I have the Ruby's membership for $4.99. I have the Diamonds membership for $9.99. Thank you all. Oh, you got out and voted today, Miss Bugs. That's what's up. Yes, she got out and voted today. I love it. I love you. I love all of you. Thank you so much, Elise. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. I hope I'm saying it right. Elsie, thank you so much, beautiful Queen Elsie. So if you like to leave me a tip, you can tip me through this. It is on my community wall. It's 3 different amounts of tips you can send. And if you want to send less than that, you can also send it through PayPal with this. This is just a regular PayPal. And the other one is the tip jar. Thank you all, beautiful kings and queens. I know and I pray y'all have an amazing day, okay? So who are our 2 candidates? VP Kamala Harris, ex-President Donald Trump. That's who we're talking about today. I'm going to show y'all something right quick, a video that I saw earlier today. And I was pretty amazed by it because I realized there's no limit to what people would do for their candidates. Well, to show how much they love their candidate. They're going to do what they got to do. But I want to be sensible when I show my support for my candidate. I don't want to do anything that may get me locked up. So I'm going to show y'all something, a video of some supporters, Trump supporters. I love y'all. Don't let Trump get y'all locked up. I know you want to show him how much you love and support him, but don't let him get you locked up. Thank you, beautiful Queen, Miss Bugs. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Thank all of you beautiful kings and queens in my chat. I love you all. So we're going to watch this video right here. Be careful what you do. Don't get in trouble. That man is rich. Don't get locked up. That's your candidate. You have every right to vote for him and show him love, but don't get yourself locked up.
This is where we are. I'm sorry, this is funny. Why don't you just take them all? Here you go, liberals. Well, it's more than that, actually. No, it's not. It's so stupid. Just go vote. It's a felony now. It's not. What are you doing? Calling the police. It actually is. Because the total sum of these are $20 each. They're $3 a piece on Etsy, and the total adds $1. No, the Democratic headquarters pays $20 each for these. So you know how many are here? Approximately 60. Yeah. Okay. 6 times 3. Okay, it's a $2,500 offense in Missouri and up to a year of jail time. Look it up. If it exceeds $200. Oh, you know the law for what you steal. Okay. Okay. Well, we have the Nixon. Go dance now with your big ass. Go dance. He's coming here. So they're on their way. So you can just go ahead and load them, the rest of them, and we're looking for our tractor.
Do not get locked up for your candidate. I'm not getting locked up for VP Kamala Harris. I like VP Kamala Harris, but I'm not going to jail for her. I'm not going to take anybody Trump signs because that you have every right to vote for Donald Trump. Like I had every right for VP Kamala Harris and I voted early. I'm not removing Donald Trump signs. My neighbors got signs. They got decals on their car. But Donald Trump, you think I'm messing with their stuff? I'm not bothering those people's stuff. They're not bothering me. They got every right to vote for Donald Trump. And we have every right to vote for VP Kamala Harris. That is your candidate. But don't get locked up doing stuff like that. Don't. It ain't worth it because he's rich. He's not going to come get you out of jail. Your loyalty should be with Jesus Christ, not man or woman on this earth. No, don't get locked up over that. But let me get back to my notes. I appreciate every last one of y'all for coming to my chat. All of you beautiful kings and queens, I thank you. So, what I've noticed these last few interviews that ex-president Donald Trump is doing, he projects, he blames VP Kamala Harris for everything. Anything that has to do with him, he projects and deflects. So we're going to watch this video, and it's about Trump. He loses his ability to speak. I'm going to show you. One moment, please. Bear with me. And we watched that happen to the great Joe Biden. The same thing that Donald Trump is going through is what Joe Biden was going through. And we made a big fuss. Well, I would say Mega made a big fuss about it when it was Joe Biden, when he was on the decline, mental decline, couldn't remember things, not cognitive or anything. It was a big fuss about it. Now let's see, when it's your client, your person that you're voting for, Donald Trump. Let's see, do you feel the same way you felt about Joe Biden? Let's see. Hold on, it's a commercial. We gotta let the commercial go off. They gotta make their money. I ain't gonna hate on this person's channel. Subscribe to their channel as well. Subscribe. Fair use.
For months now, we have been trying to get the mainstream media to cover Donald Trump's clear cognitive decline because as he becomes more and more erratic and, quite frankly, insane, it shows that he is more unfit for office than ever. And, of course, he has always been unfit for the presidency, but this version of Donald Trump is more dangerous than ever. And the mainstream media, finally, they're doing their jobs and starting to pick up on that and starting to cover it. But Donald Trump's erratic behavior hasn't just gotten the attention of journalists finally, it is getting the attention of Republicans and Republican voters because it's staring them right in the face. Anyone who watches or listens to a Donald Trump rally for more than a minute can tell that there is something clearly wrong with him. Not just because of his rambling responses to questions he doesn't answer, his stories about Hannibal Lecter or Arnold Palmer, is all I'm going to say about that, but because of the things he can't say, not just the things he does say, but the things he is unable to say, because Donald Trump is failing to be able to speak more and more often. And we saw that tonight at a rally Donald Trump had with Christian voters, which just seems weird. Christian voters, Donald Trump. I know that's his demo, but considering who he is, really, guys. But Donald Trump was unable to speak through most of this rally, and we are going to get into all of that. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already, to hit that subscribe button. It really goes a long way. It means the world to me. Now let's get into some of this crazy rally from Donald Trump.
Kamala Harris has vowed to abolish the filibuster, letting her pack the Supreme Court, and I even heard as many as 25 justices. The Supreme Court with Marxist radicals, with people that we don't want on the Supreme Court to rewrite the Constitution and to overrule your values. I think one of the greatest things I've done is the Supreme Court, and also getting over 300 judges appointed throughout our land that have made a tremendous difference. Those 300 judges have made a tremendous difference. She'll flood our country with tens of millions more illegal aliens and make them all citizens, canceling out your voting power forever.
We always talk about the projection from Donald Trump, but are we serious with this one? It's Kamala Harris who's going to pack the court with a radical extremist. That was the defining moment of your presidency, was doing that. That is the lasting damage. Actually, there's a lot of lasting damage from Donald Trump, and there's a lot of bad defining moments from his presidency, but certainly one of them was the impact of this super conservative Supreme Court that not only stripped a woman of her right to choose in this country, but also has decided that Donald Trump, if he wants to, can be a dictator. That's your court. Those are your appointees. That is the packing that you and Mitch McConnell did. Just complete projection from Donald Trump as he attempts to fearmonger. And speaking of fearmongering, he did some more of that in this clip right here.
Kamala will mandate that every public school in America must promote the idea that children can change their genders, allow men into girls' locker room, and also allow men to play in women's sports. Can you imagine that? Men and women's sports.
This attack on and fear-mongering of transgender students, for some reason, seems to be the focal point of the closing message for Trump's campaign. It seems like this is their go-to ad, trying to attack these students, and it's just so disgraceful to see. It just shows the type of bully that Donald Trump is, that he would go after children. It's incredibly sad, it's incredibly upsetting, and it just goes to show the type of person he is and always be, and the reason his dangerous rhetoric cannot once again be behind the seal of the presidency, because he is just a bully. And it wasn't just transgender students that Donald Trump was attacking in this speech. For some reason, he decided to mock Jimmy Carter, as we can see right here.
You're a member of the worst administration in the history of our country. The happiest person around is Jimmy Carter, because Jimmy Carter is considered a brilliant president by comparison to crooked Joe Biden. Jimmy Carter is brilliant. His administration will go down as a brilliant administration compared to crooked Joe. But we're going to say, Kamala, you've done a horrible job. You're a horrible vice president. There's no way you're going to be our president. Kamala, you're fired. Get out, 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 out.
So clearly, Trump.
Why are you commercial, you all.
No, seriously. Why are you
Donald Trump is a mess. There he goes, projecting, deflecting. What is going on with him? He puts it off on VP Kamala Harris.
Trump there trying to
do y'all not recall that when
president and that he's happy that Kamala Harris
he was running pageants, he admitted that he would go into their dressing room, young ladies go into their dressing room while they're getting dressed. Have we forgotten that, Donald Trump? I don't think we have. Excuse me, you guys. We have not forgotten that, Dunny boy. Not at all.
And President Biden have done an even worse job. I don't know what type of case you're trying to make for either of those things to be true, Donald. I think you, though, have the best case as the worst president, but it wasn't the only insane thing Donald Trump said. Of course, he is always doing that, and we can see more of it right here.
And the FBI would send spies into Catholic churches. If, I don't know how many Catholics are here, but if you're Catholic, there is no way you can be voting for these people.
Don't leave you hanging. I got you. I love you.
President in history.
I love all you beautiful kings and queens in my chat.
Under his administration, after Catholics, what are the dots that we're connecting? I know he is speaking at a Christian rally, and so he's trying to do anything to get up his support, but it's just getting weird here. And as I said earlier, it's not only the things that Donald Trump says that are so strange, the things he is unable to say also contribute to that. We can see it right here.
Such hell, and it's as big a water, that's as big a water storm, they say, as we've ever seen in this country. And they just set a record.
You would think, after all of the lies that Donald Trump has told about the response by Vice President Kamala Harris and President Biden to Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, he would remember the word hurricane and not call it a big water or a big water storm. But you see him searching, and his brain just doesn't work for that word, and he can't find it. And we saw the same thing yesterday when Donald Trump was talking about energy and described the phrase of liquid gold, another thing he could not remember how to say, as liquid oil. We have so much, he said, liquid oil. I don't know what other form it takes, Donald, but clearly the brain isn't working. A lot of forgetfulness. If this was President Biden, the mainstream media would be freaking out. They need to be doing a better job of covering this, but of course we are going to continue to. And we also have to point out the fact that Donald Trump, speaking to a group of Christians, yeah, those values don't align. And a group that did a great job pointing that out was our friends at the Lincoln Project.
I'm proud to be promoting the God Bless the USA Bible. It's my favorite book. I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody.
Donald Trump found guilty all 34 counts of falsifying business records. Donald Trump's a hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels.
She had an affair with Trump. I am the chosen one. The Trump organization frauded the state of New York. $354 million. I'm very greedy.
Well, he told y'all he's very greedy. Believe it when they say it to you. You heard it come out of his mouth. That was not AI. He's very greedy. That came out of your candidate's mouth. Hold on, y'all. These pop-ups keep coming up. Hold on. I got to stop these pop-ups. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I be getting a lot of pop-ups, and I forgot to turn on my do not disturb. Sorry about that. So it has been said by the media that Donald Trump is mentally declining. And we all want to know, because it happens to a lot of our loved ones. As you get older, you may develop dementia. And I'm not saying that Donald Trump has dementia, but a lot of his actions remind me of dementia. So I'm going to just give y'all a little rundown on what is said about dementia, okay? With people with dementia, they may experience now cognitive, which meaning mental decline, confusion in the evening hours, disorientation, inability to speak or understand language, making things up, mental confusion, or an inability to recognize common things. Behavior for dementia: irritability, personality changes, restlessness, lack of restraint, or wandering and getting lost. The definition of cognitive: relating to being or involving conscious intelligence. Excuse me, y'all. One moment. My air conditioner is right above my head. Sorry. I apologize. Intellectual activities such as thinking, reasoning, or remembering. For example, I'm going to show y'all a video of Donald Trump sitting by this lady. She's right beside him, but he forgot she was sitting beside him. Hold on. Sorry. The air conditioner is right above my head. Oh my God. It bothers my allergies and sinuses. So, another thing, VP Kamala Harris, she turned over her records. Donald Trump did not. Why is it that Donald Trump feels he does not have to turn over his health records? Kamala Harris and Tim Walz already have turned over their health records, and Donald Trump refuses to. Why hasn't he released them? Could it be dementia? Is there mental illness? Inquiring minds want to know. Trump's mental health is getting worse, you all. I'm going to show you a video to show you that he is in decline. Not only was Joe Biden in decline, Joe Biden is just 2 years older than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is declining worse than Joe Biden. Proof is in the pudding.
Now let me show
Hold
you,
on.
Vice President. Let's show you the contrast between Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris today. Trump gave a disastrous speech in Greenville, North Carolina, low energy, and he told the crowd we need to go back to 1798, he says. That's when he says America was great. He says he wants to bring us back to 1798. Let's play the clip.
I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that. 1798. That's when we had real politicians that said we're not going to play games. We have to go back to 1798.
Contrast that to Vice President Kamala Harris, who says that Donald Trump's own former generals say that he's a fascist. Play this clip.
What is at stake in this election is so fundamental that it really does cross partisan lines. We are talking about whether you will have a president of the United States who takes seriously their duty and their oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States. And there is a clear distinction here, which is that I will and he will not, as evidenced by many statements he has made, including his intention to be a dictator on day one, his intention to weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. And then you just look at what the people who know him best and work with him in the Oval Office in the White House have said about him, which is he is unfit to serve and would be dangerous if he were president again. And he, even by the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, has been called a fascist to his core, I am quoting. So what we are talking with folks about today is what I've been talking with folks about since I've been on the campaign trail these last 70 odd days, which is this is a choice for the American people. And it is a choice between whether we're going to chart a new way forward that turns the page on the division, the hate, the chaos of Donald Trump, but also, and maybe even more fundamentally, do we have a president of the United States who stands behind the seal of the president of the United States, taking seriously their oath and their duty to uphold the Constitution of the United States and abide by the rule of law? And so I'm out here talking with folks to remind them of what's at stake. And I'm very pleased and honored that so many people are showing up to these events to have this conversation, because I think they know, regardless of who they voted for in the last election and the party with which they're registered to vote, on some issues, we just have to all be Americans and put party aside.
Back to Donald Trump in Greenville, North Carolina. Donald Trump says that Vice President Kamala Harris can't put two sentences together as Donald Trump struggles to get out his words. Play this clip.
Something is clearly wrong with her. She can't put two sentences together.
Here, Donald Trump continues to say that Vice President Kamala Harris is a cognitive mess as Donald Trump presents himself as a total cognitive wreck. In Greenville, North Carolina, let's play this clip.
She's a mess. She's a cognitive mess, and nobody wants to talk about it.
And before Donald Trump took the stage, Donald Trump held another PR stunt. This one was in North Carolina in an area that was devastated by Hurricane Helene. Donald Trump made this event about himself. He had Congressmember Chuck Edwards give him an award. And the award that Donald Trump was given, while
at this devastation zone was the French fry certification pin for being the best fry server at McDonald's. This is so sickening.
Offered because, you know, I also own McDonald's restaurants. I know that you perfected your skills behind the counter a day or so ago, and it was my honor to present President Trump with the French fry certification pin. So, thank you so much for being here. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. And by the way, the individual there, Representative Chuck Edwards, recently made news by putting out a statement debunking Donald Trump's hurricane lies that are actually killing people. Now, let me show you Vice President Kamala Harris from earlier in the day as well, talking about how Donald Trump does not want to raise the minimum wage and how a new independent analysis has found that Donald Trump would cause Social Security to run out of money in 6 years. That means you will lose your Social Security because of Donald Trump. Play this clip.
For example, that my opponent Donald Trump does not believe we should raise minimum wage. And I think everyone knows that the current federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, which means that the person who is working a full day and working full weeks will make $15,000 a year, which is essentially poverty wages. So there is a big difference between Donald Trump and me on a number of issues, including this, where I absolutely believe we must raise minimum wage and that hardworking Americans, whether they're working in McDonald's or anywhere else, should have at least the ability to be able to take care of their family and take care of themselves in a way that allows them to actually be able to sustain their needs. The other issue that has come up recently has been the issue of what we are seeing again about Donald Trump just being frankly hostile to the whole notion and importance of Social Security. There are many seniors in our country that Social Security is their only form of income. And now an independent agency has reviewed Donald Trump's theory about Social Security and his policies and has indicated that his policy would actually render the Social Security fund empty, essentially, in 6 years. Again, if you look at it from minimum wage to Social Security, Donald Trump clearly does not understand the needs of working people. With Social Security being rendered insolvent in 6 years, what that would mean for the seniors of America is catastrophic.
You may assume that you're getting everything your body needs from your diet or a simple green juice, but I recently discovered that most people, including myself, are still short on essential nutrients our bodies need to function at our best.
Y'all know Donald Trump didn't really work. They shut down the McDonald's. He wasn't really working at McDonald's. It was for show. He had that McDonald's shut down just for that. They were not real customers. I'm an actress. I know what I'm talking about. Those was actors and actresses, paid actor and actresses. It was not real customers. Come on now. Be cognitive. Don't be in mental decline like you're a candidate. Please. You're smarter than that. Okay, a lot of people say, what is mental illness? Mental illnesses are conditions involving changes in emotion, thinking, or behavior, or a combination of these. Mental illness can be associated with distress and or problems functioning in social, work, or family activities. What's the meaning of a liar? Liar is a person who tells lies. Trump is a notorious liar. So I'm going to show you all a video of Donald Trump being a notorious liar. He lies so much, his cabinet doesn't even like him. His cabinet is testifying against him November 26th, the day of his sentencing. His cabinet is in the court records against him because they said he lies so much.
Mr. President, after 3.5 years, do you regret it all the lying you've done to the American people? All the lying, all the dishonesties.
And who is that?
You have done. Tens of
No, go ahead,
thousands.
please. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask about payroll tax.
He didn't answer that question because they said that Donald Trump sometimes will lie up to 200 to 300 sometimes in one day. That's not a good look. He is known to be a liar. He lies to Mega about his Bibles. He didn't tell y'all he have taken stuff out of the Bible to see fit to only work for one race. He didn't tell y'all that he only pays $3 for those Bibles and he's selling them to y'all for $59.99, round now on up to $60. He's selling them to you for $60. Made in China also. More lies for Donald Trump. The next video is just more lies from Donald Trump because all he ever do is lie. He is a candidate of lies.
One thing I can promise you this. I will always tell you the truth.
Donald Trump lies like breathing. He doesn't know what the truth is.
The crowd was massive. That was all the way back down to the Washington Monument. It looked like a million and a half people in this network. And it showed an empty field. And it said we drew 250,000 people. Now, that's not bad. But it's a lie.
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period.
Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that.
We built the greatest economy in the history of the world. Best unemployment numbers, best everything. And I gave you the biggest tax cut in the history of our country.
Enough of that. We all know that Donald Trump lies. To the next point, please. A pastor says that Donald Trump is blasphemous. I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm going to show you a video of a Caucasian pastor stating his opinion about your candidate, Donald Trump. We're going to let this commercial roll on, then we'll get right to it.
Only 66% of voters showed up to the 2020 election.
At the debate, Donald Trump lied more than 33 times at the debate against VP Kamala Harris. It doesn't surprise me that he's known as a liar. It just doesn't.
This is a pretty incredible video we want to show you. It's an evangelical pastor delivering a forceful sermon denouncing what's become known as the Trump Bible as blasphemous and disgusting. So in March, Trump, as you know, began selling a $60 God Bless the USA Bible complete with copies of the nation's founding documents. The April 14th sermon by Reverend Lauren Livingston, senior pastor of Central Church in Charlotte, North Carolina, has gone viral, drawing millions of views so far. Take a
When you
look.
don't read and pray, you say, wow, there's a Bible out now that includes the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Isn't that wonderful? No, it's disgusting. It's blasphemous. It's a ploy. Are you kidding me? Some of you are so encouraged by that. Let me tell you something. The gospel is not an American gospel. It is the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. Pastor, I'm off the Bible. Really? You're telling me that you're encouraged because someone took a government U.S. Constitution, a document that says we are of the people, by the people, and for the people, the people, the people, the people. And you have put it right beside the Word of God, which is eternal, unchanging, which says, of him, by him, through him, to him, from him are all things, and you're going to put those together and be happy about it? God forbid. Now, you can get mad if you want to, but I'm going to tell you something. If you glory in that kind of thing, you don't have a prayer life. If you glory in that kind of mess, political mess, you do not know what the Word of God says. Let's bring it right now.
And he said what he said, y'all. Did y'all not hear the pastor? He said Donald Trump is blasphemous. Okay? But that's your candidate. Please get out and vote. I voted October the 15th. I voted for VP Kamala Harris. You can vote for whoever you like. We have two candidates, Donald Trump and VP Kamala Harris. Make sure your vote counts. Get out and vote. Vote early. That is the best plan. Or you can wait and vote November 5th. It's totally up to you. I voted October the 15th, early voting here in Atlanta, Georgia. I voted for VP Kamala Harris. She is the brightest of the two, the most educated, the intellectual one. She does not stumble over her words. She has a great cognitive mind. She's not standing over there sitting beside somebody and forgot that person sitting beside her. Oh, I'm still going to show y'all that video, okay? Okay. So my next video is about Trump is not a Christian. Not only did this pastor just say that he is blasphemous, but now it is being said by many, Donald Trump is not a Christian. He tell y'all I'm not a Christian at his rallies, but you buying his Bibles. Fix it, Jesus. Heavenly Father, fix it.
Are you tired of
Wait a minute, we gotta let this commercial go off. I'm gonna take a sip of water.
Always chasing your next deal and constant competition? Stop following the crowd.
Yes, I just saw somebody comment. The prosecutor versus the felony. This is gonna be a great election. I'm excited about this election. Yes, I'm excited about it.
Peter Harris, and for more than
Ma grazie a Dio che ha detto che io sono politico, perché Aristoteles define la persona
This is
umana
the Pope
come
speaking.
animal politicus, almeno sono persona umana, e che sono una pedina, ma forse, non so, lo lascio al giudizio di voi, della gente. E poi una persona che pensa soltanto in fare muri, sia dove sia, e non fare ponti, non è cristiano.
He is not a Christian. That's what he said.
Questo non è nel Vangelo. Poi quello che mi diceva cosa consiglierebbe votare o non votare, non mi mischio, soltanto dico questo.
I remember when the Pope met Donald Trump, he did not like him. He didn't like Donald Trump. I remember that very well. The Pope did not like Donald Trump. Now I'm going to show y'all a video, and it's about stopping the hate on Kamala Harris, the lies and everything, because MAGA will put out so many lies, and Donald Trump, he gets up there and lie and projects his flaws onto VP Kamala Harris.
But if we have the spine to clap back,
Hold on.
injustice, clap back at racism, white supremacy, toxic masculinity, I'm clapping back at a clown who got hit too many times in the head, and so he wears a shirt that disparages a black
woman. His mama's a black woman and have the nerve to wear a shirt like that in support of someone who does not mind bragging about grabbing women by their private parts. And you got the nerve to wear a shirt like that? I'm clapping back at you because you've had too many hits to the head playing football, and maybe you need to go ahead and get your
Antonio Brown is who he's talking about. Antonio Brown. Hit that like button. Thank you. Please hit the like button.
And so my thing is, this election is our time rolling to clap back against injustice and clap back against the last 10 years of political violence and lying from a pathological liar. And we clapping back not only at Agent Orange, but up and down the ballot, because Agent Orange is trying to infect people up and down the ballot. And I don't want Kamala Harris to, on January 20th, when she holds up her hand and Ketanji Jackson administers the oath of office on the King holiday. Listen, that's Ketanji, that's Kamala, and that's King, a new KKK, because we clapping back against injustice. Oh, come on now, Pastor. Hey, I'm sorry. Who are we waiting for?
Wrongfully convicted.
5 teenagers were arrested, tried, convicted, and sent to prison.
Men were exonerated.
What he did to us, he tried to end us. Of course, I hate these people. So-called the Central Park 5. Calling for execution. Let's all hate these people. We cannot have this man go into office again.
I want society to hate him.
We were innocent kids. The confessions were coerced. Today, we are exonerated. That guy says he still stands by the original guilty verdict. This is about democracy being on the ballot.
I have absolutely no objection.
Look at Kamala. She represents the kaleidoscope of the human family. There's something different happening in America. We will get the opportunity to build a future where we will be able to thrive and not just survive.
I tell you, that was something. That was a lot. So we're going to go to a couple of videos right quick, okay? I thank you all for coming to my live. I am Queen Lily. Thank each and every last one of you. Billy Bob said Trump is not saying to hate black people. Honey, Trump don't like black people. I'm black. I can speak on it. He wanted 5 young kids unalive for something they did not do. And they was black and only one was Hispanic, which he looked black. Only one was Hispanic. He does not like black and brown. Period, point blank. Okay. I'm going to show you a video, and it's about the lies that built Trump, the lies that built him. It wasn't nothing but lies that built Trump and got him to where he is, because he's not a billionaire. He has so many bankruptcies, 6 bankruptcies, and his lies just built him up to where he is. And those lies is going to tear him down, because he will not win November 5th. He will not.
The reason that I'm coming forward now, I helped pull the wool over America's eyes towards a guy that should not be president, should never be president, and should be fired from the whole thing.
You talk a little bit about the way that that Trump was in reality versus the Trump that people saw on the show.
Well, what you see right now is sort of what he was in reality. He was, to a large degree, someone who was an entertainer. He really was not a good businessman. Our job is, from a marketing perspective, for the conceit of the show, was to make it seem like he was a legitimate businessman, competent, good judgment, compassion when needed. None of those things were actually apparent, but that's what we had to do to make the show work. And so we created that narrative, made it seem like it was money, like he was living in royalty, with the cars and the limousines and the helicopter all labeled Trump in gilded, like the Gilded New York age, and then had to position him as a great potential CEO. And I say potential because he never really was a CEO. There was a lot of little businesses that he had. But to make the show work, we had to make it seem like that. And unfortunately, that, because we just pummeled American with those messages, that remains there right now. And to many people, even though there is significant things that you can see right now that where that's not true, Many people think it is. And right now with the economy being one of those things that people are looking at, we made him seem to be a very smart businessman.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, that is not true, because he wouldn't have 4 bankruptcies and then ultimately 6 during the time of Apprentice if he was that good.
But MAGA wants to believe Donald Trump is this great, amazing businessman, that he has all the answers. That's why he can be president. It was all a lie. Like Biggie Small says, it was all a dream. It was all a lie. And I'm going to show you a video. Trump lies again. His whole life is a lie. He just lies and lies and lies. Keandro says, Kamala, terrible. I don't, okay. Steve said, this bloke speaking is a liar. Kenny says, wow, how long ago was that? Steve said, we need help, lady. Now you're showing a black woman who's the most racist. Who's most racist? Joy Reid is not racist, honey. Honey, black people can't be racist. Did we enslave your people? Kelvin says, yeah, I don't believe that show one bit. Well, he was on Apprentice and his whole life was a lie. They made the show. He wasn't rich. It was a lie. He blew his father's money and he went into bankruptcy a total of 6 times. Can y'all hear it?
Insisted on meeting one-on-one with without any American staff presence. So on at least 5 different occasions.
So Donald Trump was meeting with Vladimir Putin. It said Trump has concealed details of his face-to-face encounters with Putin from senior officials in the administration. He would have secret meetings with Vladimir Putin. If you are down with this, you are a traitor to the United States as well. I'm going to show y'all photos of your boy, a video of photo, I think it is, of your boy sitting on a towel because Fox News didn't want him to soil on their beautiful white sofa. Hold on.
Arnold Palmer's daughter is speaking out today after Donald Trump told a jaw-dropping anecdote about her father's private parts at a rally in Palmer's hometown, Latrobe, Pennsylvania, when he got downright crude.
When he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there and they said, oh my God, that's unbelievable.
I don't know what goes through his head.
Peg Palmer says her father would not have appreciated Trump's locker room talk. It seemed to be like a bit of an odd choice, wouldn't you say?
To talk about the showers and my dad's anatomy. I think Trump seems to be fairly obsessed with these things, just like crowd size.
Is he obsessed with crowd size? He's threatened by VP Kamala Harris crowd size. I titled that the wrong title. I apologize. Hold on. I'm going to show you this video. And this will maybe our last. Well, I got a little bit more time, so it's not going to be our last. Let me read some of the comments. LaSwan says, happy Taco Tuesday. Kenny says, you're poor lost souls. Yeah, I guess you're talking about Trump supporters because you definitely talking about VP Kamala Harris people. I hate that thing. You know you're not.
You got to see this. Donald Trump just posted a fake AI-generated picture of himself in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. Former Pittsburgh Steelers Jerome Bettis had a lot to say about that. He wrote this, Donald, trust me, retirement is so much better. Pittsburgh is Steelers Nation and Kamala country. Tonight, we beat the Jets. On November 5, we beat Trump. Sometimes an old, washed-up player needs to realize it's time to hang it up. Pittsburgh, let's retire Donald Trump. Vote Kamala Harris. Ouch, Donald.
Okay, I just read a comment because I just went to VP Kamala Harris rally Saturday here in Atlanta. You're lying, Joseph LaRue. Get your facts together. You mistaken her for your candidate, Donald Trump, that has fake crowds and he paid people. You know why he left them people at Coachella? He paid those people to come there. He paid for their buses to get there, and he didn't want to pay for them to get back to their vehicles. You ain't gonna sit here and lie on her rallies, because honey, I was at her rally Saturday. And when I tell you we celebrated, had a good time, and danced up and just partied at her rallies. When I tell you there was thousands of people at the rally, honey, you will not lie on VP Kamala Harris. You're not gonna do it with your dirty soul. Your soul is dirty like your leader, Donald Trump. You are a filthy animal. You lie on VP Kamala Harris. It won't work. I ain't gonna let you do it. Get your facts together. Please. Don't be lying on her. Stop it. She had some of the most amazing people. The usher was there. Different political people was there. She spoke and it was amazing. It was pure serenity. There was no color being seen. When you looked at a person, you didn't see color, you saw love. But you don't see that at Donald Trump's rallies because he speaks of hatred. That's what your candidate does. He speaks of hatred, not of love and joy and happiness. It ain't over him. There's no love over him. Because if he had love, he wouldn't have cheated on his wife all them times. Cheated on every last wife he had because he's a dog. I'm going to show you this video. We're going to be getting out of here soon.
Not just that the Republican Party base is somehow fundamentally flawed.
Who is that?
Unique.
J.D. Vance talking about Donald Trump.
Trump is a really bad candidate, and frankly, I think a really bad person. And so one of the takeaways is not just that the Republican Party base is somehow fundamentally flawed in a way that's unique in American political history. It's that Trump is a really bad candidate, and frankly, I think a really bad person.
And y'all voted him for your vice president. He's speaking against the person that you love. They're not on one accord. There's no unity in that campaign. Donald Trump's running mate is not really for him. Y'all doing bad out there, Mega. Y'all doing bad, real bad.
Are actually undecided voters out there. And they're undecided voters here. People who have never voted for a Democrat, moderates, conservatives who've voted for people named Bush, and Cheney, and Ford, and Reagan, and Bob Dole. Wow, that's a throwback, isn't it? But I guess the question is, what is your pitch to them?
Hit the like button, please. Hit that like button.
Done before. Why should they cross over party lines and vote for you?
Well, I start from the belief, based on a lived experience, that the vast majority of us have more in common than what separates us. I also know that you all are here spending time that you could be spending doing a number of other things with all of the obligations you each have. And you are here because we together love our country.
Amen.
We love our country. And we believe in the foundational principles that are at stake in this election. I believe that when we think about who we are as the American people, there is more we have in common than what separates us when we think about what is at stake in terms of our democracy, rule of law, the Constitution of the United States, national security, the standing of our country in the context of the world. All of that is at stake. And I will share with you, Charlie, when I was in the Senate for those 4 years that I was there, my favorite committee was the Senate Intelligence Committee. And I'm going to tell you why. We would walk into that meeting in a skiff, which is a secure room. We'd have to leave our cell phones outside. The press, with all due respect, were not allowed in, no cameras. People would walk in, Democrats and Republicans, take off their suit jacket, roll up their sleeves, and we dispense with who is a Republican and who is a Democrat. We were all Americans. We were all in that room with one singular purpose: to concern ourselves as our highest priority with the security and well-being of the United States of America.
There are actually undecided voters
She
out
speaks
there.
so well and eloquently, and she gets her point across. It is about one people. We the people. She has one client, the people. That's us. That is important. I want to say, make a wise choice when you go to vote. When you looking at your ballot, make sure you're voting for the best candidate, the one that is better fit to be president. I'm going to just say that.
Trump's Bible skips amendments 11 through 17 from the Bill of Rights, the book that's getting ready to get put in all the Oklahoma schools. Why did Donald Trump's Bible skip amendments 11 through 17? Well, it helps to know what they are. Amendment 11 is about courts not having the power to make decisions against people.
Hit that like button. Thank you.
State sues another state.
Likes are free. Hit the like button.
So I
Thanks.
kind of take that as Texas suing Colorado for having legalized abortion. Can't do that, according to Amendment 11. Gone. Amendment 12. Candidates can't be from the same state, the presidential candidate and the VP. Electors will vote by ballot in their own states. It's just how you vote for president, basically. But here's the important part of Amendment number 12. This is where it talks about the president of the Senate, aka the vice president, being the one that certifies elections. Gone. Amendment 13 is about the abolishment of slavery. Gone. 14 is about civil rights, that every person born in the United States is a citizen due equal rights. Gone. Number 15, black suffrage, that you can't have your right to vote taken away because of the color of your skin. Gone. 16 is about taxes. It's an amendment that attempts to address the great disparity between the rich and the poor by applying taxes according to income. Gone. And number 17, people elect senators, not legislatures. Do you guys remember the big MAGA out from Oregon and the whole group behind her saying that people have been given too many rights to vote for senator, for House reps, that it should be legislatures that do that? Do you guys remember that video circulating? You wonder where she got it from, these ideas? These are all missing. They were deliberately removed from Donald Trump's Bible. Every single thing that's been removed from here is what allows Project 2025 to happen legally without violating the Constitution. Trump's Bible.
I don't know what to tell you. Donald Trump is the Antichrist. I'm going to just leave it as that. Why would you go changing up the Bible? You have Bibles printed that you paid $3 for. You sell them for $60 and you remove certain things. Maggie, you got a lot to think about. Because if you haven't went to those polls, I hope you make the right choice when you do go to the polls. I pray for you. I pray for all of us. I pray for the entire United States of America. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me a super chat and you can get memberships. I have the Ruby's membership. It's $4.99, $4.99. And the Diamonds membership is $9.99. That's $9.99. I want to thank each and every last one of you all for coming to my live. I thank you. It doesn't matter who your candidate is. I thank you. And make sure you get out and vote. Your vote counts. You count. You matter. Your vote matters. I want to say I thank each and every last one of you beautiful kings and queens. I thank you so much. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow because we have more to talk about. We have only 13 days left before the election. Yes, 13 days. You don't have much more time. If you're not early voting, you only have 13 more days before November the 5th. Your vote counts, your count, I count, we all count, we all matter. I love each and every last one of you all. Y'all have an amazing evening. Have an amazing dinner. I love you. Goodbye.